The first laugh cut through the frozen air like a slap. It echoed across the open farmland, sharp and careless, followed by more voices joining in. In the middle of the field, surrounded by snow-dusted hay bales stacked into a rounded shape that looked more like a child's snow fort than a farm structure, stood a woman alone. Her gloves were stiff with ice, her boots soaked through, and her breath rose in heavy clouds. They called it ridiculous. They called it a waste. They called it proof that grief had finally broken her. But Hannah Collins kept stacking hay anyway, because somewhere deep inside her, she knew that if she stopped now, something far more precious than her pride would be lost. Before the story goes any further, pause for just a moment. If you believe in silent heroes and second chances, and in people who keep going even when the world mocks them, please like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to the channel. These stories only survive because people like you choose to believe in them. Hannah lived on a small cattle farm in the northern United States, land that had been in her husband's family for generations. It was not a large operation, but it was honest work, rooted in early mornings' callous hands, and faith that seasons would turn as they always had. Her husband, Mark Collins, had been the heart of the farm, a steady man who understood animals as if they spoke directly to him. When he died suddenly from a heart attack one winter evening, the farm fell silent in a way Hannah was not prepared for. The barns felt empty even when they were full. The land felt heavier, and the responsibility, now hers alone, pressed down harder with every passing day. Winter was always the most dangerous season for newborn calves. Hannah knew this well. Cold snaps came without warning, and calves born during storms often didn't survive their first night. In the past, Mark had been there to help her through the long nights of calving, to make quick decisions, to improvise when the weather turned cruel. Now, Hannah faced the coming season alone, with forecasts predicting one of the harshest winters in years. Losing calves would not just break her heart. It could break the farm. She prayed constantly, not for comfort, but for clarity. She walked the fields, studied the wind patterns, watched how snow drifted and where it piled highest. One afternoon, as she stood near the hay storage watching wind curl violently across the open land, an idea formed slowly, almost shyly. She remembered how snow igloos insulated warmth despite freezing temperatures outside. What if hay, packed tightly and shaped the same way, could do something similar? What if she could create a temporary shelter that trapped heat, blocked wind, and protected newborn calves during their most fragile hours? The idea sounded strange even to her. There were no plans online, no neighbors who had done it before. But desperation sharpens creativity. Hannah began stacking round hay bales into a dome-like structure, leaving a small entrance and a hollow center. She reinforced it carefully, testing stability, adjusting angles. When the neighbors saw it taking shape, the reaction was immediate. Trucks slowed. People stopped to stare. Heads shook. Some laughed openly. They said she had lost her mind. They said calves needed proper barns, not hay castles. They said the structure would collapse, that it was dangerous, that grief had made her reckless. Every laugh landed hard, but Hannah kept working. Her body ached. Her hands cracked and bled, and doubt whispered loudly in the quiet moments. At night, she lay awake replaying every comment, every warning. She wondered if she was about to fail spectacularly, not just as a farmer, but as a steward of the animals entrusted to her care. Still, every morning she returned to the field. She believed that God did not plant ideas without purpose, even when they looked foolish to others. By the time the hay igloo was finished, winter had tightened its grip. The sky turned steel gray, and the air carried a warning only farmers seemed to understand. The first major storm arrived just as calving season began. Snow fell thick and fast, winds howled across the land, and temperatures dropped dangerously low. Hannah moved quickly, guiding laboring cows toward the igloo, her heart pounding with fear and hope tangled together. If she was wrong, she would know soon. The night stretched endlessly. Snow buried fences. Visibility vanished. Hannah checked the igloo repeatedly, her flashlight cutting narrow paths through the darkness. Inside, the air felt different. Still, warmer. The tightly packed hay blocked the wind, and the animal's body heat remained trapped within the rounded walls. When the first calf was born, Then another. Hannah watched closely, barely breathing. The calves stood. They nursed. They did not shiver uncontrollably. They survived the night. Morning came slowly, revealing a world buried in white. Hannah stepped outside, exhausted, terrified to count. One by one, she checked the calves born during the storm. Every single one was alive, strong, breathing steadily. Against all expectations, the hay igloo had worked. Not just once, but again and again as more storms followed. Each newborn calf found shelter inside that ridiculous structure, protected from wind and cold, given a fighting chance at life. Word spread faster this time. Neighbors who had laughed now stood quietly at the edge of the field, staring at the healthy calves clustered near their mothers. The same people who had mocked her avoided eye contact, unsure of what to say. Hannah did not confront them. She did not remind them of their laughter. She was too busy saving lives, too busy proving to herself that faith paired with action could withstand ridicule. As winter dragged on, the hay igloo became a symbol of survival. Farmers from nearby towns came to see it. Some asked questions. Others took notes. Hannah shared everything she had learned, including what almost went wrong. She never claimed genius. She credited prayer, observation, and the willingness to try when failure felt inevitable. The farm survived that winter with every newborn calf alive, something even the most experienced neighbors could not ignore. If the story is touching your heart right now, if it reminds you of a time you were laughed at for believing in something different, please take a moment, like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and help this story reach others who are quietly holding on. When spring finally arrived, melting snow revealed more than green grass. It revealed changed hearts. The laughter was gone, replaced by respect and quiet admiration. Hannah stood in the same field where she had once worked alone under mockery, now surrounded by life. The farm felt alive again, not because the pain of loss had disappeared, but because purpose had taken root in its place. Years later, the story of the hay igloo was told to new farmers as a lesson, not about hay or calves, but about courage. Hannah continued farming, still working hard, still praying, still listening. She never forgot how close she came to giving up under the weight of other people's opinions. And she never forgot how close she came to losing everything if she had listened. Just before this story ends, please leave a comment below and share what part of Hannah's journey moved you the most. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to keep building when the laughter starts. Because sometimes, the ideas that look the most ridiculous are the ones that save lives. And sometimes, quiet faith shaped by perseverance becomes a shelter that carries us through the coldest seasons of all.